Was good? Was good? If I'm making this video, then that means that God is still in the blessing business. But since God is still in the blessing business, that means that business has got to be good. Hello, fine people, ladies and gentlemen. My. We're going to have to find something to get into and talk about today. What? Calling 911, I'm calling. Listen for who is selling the victim tickets for everyone to purchase. Most victims are quiet and don't tell. Well, first off, when people selling victim tickets, it's usually to the point to cover up something that that they're doing or have done already. It's special type of people that try to play the victim. Most victims, real victims, they don't say nothing. It's not like they scared, but most victims are not flamboyant and out and telling this story to 50 million people, and then next thing you know, the story end up being false. So since the story end up being false, that gets to the person nobody's ever believing that person. But the person want to get mad and say, you not believing me because you're just not being fair. Nah, I got some proof. So just like you got to watch who's selling victim tickets, you have to watch who's selling them. No, you got to watch who buying them. Since you watching who's trying to sell the victim tickets, you got to watch who buying them. Because if you watch who buying them, then most of the people around them claim to be victims, but then in reality, they juicing that person because they playing the victim, and then they want any or everybody around that one person to be victims to have a reason to be getting from that person. Well, that's manipulation. That's manipulation one-on-one. So that's the real reason that the victim play the victim when they really the aggressor. But you got to use some discernment. You got to know. And if not, just play stupid for a little while. How much time you got to go? A lot of people up here talking about, I ain't got time for that. Well, you got time to just sit there and play the game and be stupid. So why you ain't got time to do right? Okay, so play stupid. You play stupid for a little while and you play slow. Everybody's telling a story of being slow, and the only slow one is trying to make up the story to make a person that's way more intelligent than them sound slow. Pretty much know I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't mess with or talk to nobody. I don't mess with people like that. So go to Facebook and follow or something. Follow me, or however they said, I don't know. Anyway, but that's my point. Watch who trying to be the victim. So how are victims these days telling all the business? That's a good question. The victim had or got treated like that before because it was a whole bunch of stuff that was hidden as the victim. But not being a victim is so popular, being a victim. Oh, they got all that information on the internet and everything else. Everybody want to be the victim now. But if you was the aggressor, you don't want to be as proud as being the aggressor as you was. And in this, I don't want the context of these to get mixed and construed, because most of these are not about sexual relationships. These are not about sexual relationships at all. So when you go to mix the sexual relationships up into this, then you get a whole new breed of problem. The new relationship is not the only time people are selling victim tickets. Victim tickets. This is another example of a victim ticket, because that new talk of how people, oh, he did me so bad and he abused me and he did this. And okay, so what? How you feeling about everything? Well, that was a week ago. Wait a minute, how are you doing all of this? And that was a week ago, and you ready, you dating and you hollering and giving numbers and taking numbers and swapping and flopping with that. So if that's the case, then it's a whole bunch of that situation and that conversation that somebody not telling the truth about. And I suggest you to try not to figure it out too much, because sometimes poking holes in people's stories, you step in the ant pile, and then when somebody figure out that they stepped in the ant pile, then next thing you know, they have a problem with it. But as of what's going on is you the one did it, not me. So since that's the problem, it's not a problem, it's just what it is. But the new relationship, selling victim tickets, the poor me story, sounds the same as the new relationship victim of what their last relationship did to them, not what they did or on any reasons. Lies of the false victim. Well, that kind of concluded it. It got cold down here. I'd say in less than 24 hours. And just being outside is cold. But it's all good. Y'all have a good one. Sayonara.